Hi, I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Lithia Toyota Reading, and today I'm featuring a 2021 Camry XSE in the all-wheel drive. I'll be right back. Well, normally I start my videos going off the front of the vehicle. Not doing that today because of one thing: all-wheel drive. So what's different about this Camry other than it's all-wheel drive? Pretty much nothing. So there's a little hump in the back seat. Everything else is exactly the same. This gives you the ability to drive through snow with confidence. Without having to have chains on. You can watch some videos. Unfortunately, I don't have any snow to demonstrate this with you. I'd have to drive a little ways up into the mountains to do that. But virtually everything is the same. You haven't sacrificed anything in this vehicle. Now, it's not offered in a couple different trims that are available to the Camry line. Like, there's not a hybrid option of this vehicle, and there's no V6 version of this all-wheel drive. But everything else is available. You still get that great big huge trunk in there. The way we order it, we give you the all-weather cargo liner and the all-weather floor mats. Those seats are 60-40 splitting, so if you need to put bigger things through, you could pass that through. Comes with a backup camera, of course, and then you get dual exhaust with quad tips here on the back. Being this is the XSE, we're getting the sporty black rim with this. I think it looks extremely sharp. To upgrade to this package here is about a $1,500 upgrade to get this all-wheel drive model versus the just the regular cousin of it, the front-wheel drive. And then this one's equipped with the panoramic sunroof. It has the cold weather package. All-weather floor mats, wheel locks are part of this one here. Some of these are some of the extra features on this vehicle. Now, we do have a smart key or proximity key, so you get a key that looks like this. Never has to come out of a purse or pocket. You want to come up and lock this door. On the front two doors, we have notches. Put my fingers on there, it locks. Put my hand on there, and it unlocks. Very simple. Being an XSE, it gets a more sportier grille. You're going to have that honeycomb grille. In the dead center, there's a Toyota logo. That Toyota logo behind it has a radar system. That's for your smart stop and adaptive cruise control. And then those lights have LED accents and LED lights, as I had in the entry to the video. Coming up to the top, we have another radar system and a camera system up there that does a couple different things. We have, of course, our adaptive cruise control. Or it has lane departure with steer assist and has also lane trace on there. And at the very top, this one is equipped with a panoramic sunroof. Toyota continues the sports theme with their TNGA, Toyota New Global Architecture, and we see these lines in here, and those lines continue on. Part of that's design. A lot of that is aerodynamics, and we can see that through there. And then you have your body side molding at the bottom, or your ground effects. All that has to do with aerodynamics. Leading up to the back here, where we have wind vortex generators on here, which help scrub off and diffuse the bad air. Also, your fill is on the driver's side too. Coming into the rear seats here, your rear passengers get air vents back here, no air controls. And it looks like there's no USB plugs, which I'm surprised because they're starting to put that. You got a armrest with 2 cup holders there for your rear passengers. Again, these seats are 60-40 and do fold down. And then we have coming into the driver's door to continue on with this, all the soft touch materials, synthetic soft touch leather. There is some hard plastic on here. Comes with the typical stuff: power windows, power mirrors, power door locks. Then you have some of the Toyota safety sense in here with this that's for auto dimming high beams. We have our traction control button off, our trunk hold to release the trunk, release the fuel door. And then it's got the cold weather pack, so it has heated steering wheel also in this vehicle. So Toyota is generous enough to give you dual power seats in this trim package, but not only dual power seats, Toyota is not very generous in most of the vehicles, and even the higher line vehicles like Highlanders and Avalons don't get a power seat on the driver's side that's more than a 6-way power adjustable. We got over here, we got 10-way power on this passenger side, which I think is really great, and don't understand why they didn't do that to some of the other models with Toyota, but you get 10-way on both sides. Of course, you get power lumbar on the driver's side. Plus, some of these are some of the nicest bolstered seats that Toyota makes. I mean, very, very comfortable seats. Really nice fit and finish. I just love the fit and finish of everything. Very clean, very good looking, super reliable. Being this is proximity key, no need to take a key out of the pocket. Just push down the brake, push the start button, and then that starts the vehicle. And then that center screen that's lighting up Camry is the largest driver's information center that Toyota builds, and gives you a variety of different information here. So we have it on Eco, so it's going to give us our economy, fill it empty, your digital miles per hour, fuel economy again there, and then going down to this is your lane departure with the lane trace screen here. So those lines light up over 32 miles an hour. The vehicles will see the lines in the road. If you go out of your lane, it's going to alert you and steer correct you. And then lane trace, just holding on to your steering wheel like this, it pretty much will center itself in the lane and drive for you down the highway. Can't make sharp turns, but it makes like sweeping slight turns really really nice and convenient. Also comes with the adaptive cruise control, so I just set my cruise control and then I turn on the adaptive. Those 3 bars are for 3 seconds of pacing behind a slower vehicle, 2.5 and 2 seconds. We'll have our radio information, which is off right now. And then this is all our stuff. This is all our pre-collision blind spot monitoring systems, rear cross traffic alert. So if you're backing out of a space, the sonar sees around the corner for you and will alert you by beeping audibly and then flashing the mirror what direction's coming from. Next one's going to be all our Toyota safety sense. So this is our lane departure and lane trace screen here, our pre-collision. So speeds up to 110 miles an hour. If it feels you're going to collide with another vehicle, it will slow down by 30 miles an hour. Also, it sees pedestrians and cyclists and does the same by slowing down to 30 miles an hour up to speeds of 50 miles an hour. We have our blind spot monitoring systems here. So each of these mirrors have blind spots. So I can turn that off and turn that back on. That's going to light up. And then rear cross traffic alert, I just explained. This is our lane trace. This one reads our speed limits and stop signs, so it'll alert you and while you're going down the road, what speed the road is there for you. And then back over to the Eco screen, which I just talked about earlier. Here on the steering wheel, we have everything at a fingertip touch. All that driver's information center is all controlled by these toggles here. We have our pickup for our cell phone on here. We also have the voice command system we could use through Toyota, or we could use that also for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Down below here is the volume control, and the radio controls are on here. We have our adaptive cruise control and our lane departure buttons here, so that's optional. You don't have to have that on. And then you're setting your cruise controls all right here. Behind here we have our paddle shifter. This is a 8-speed transmission, so you can sequentially shift it and paddle shift it if you choose to do so. We have turn signals and windshield wipers, and lights are all up here. This is our lights. And then on the other side we have our windshield wipers are all here. Toyota increased the size of this in the last generation. This is a 10-inch infotainment screen here, giving you a variety of different information. It's going to give you your economy, in which it doesn't really have any because it's only got 18 miles on it. fill range, and your phone information down here, and then it gives you your audio here. You get your menu button, and it gives you all your different things, your apps. Project, this is where the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come through, so you could use your map button here once you have that connected, and use Waze Maps or Google Maps. Audio systems here, you have all your sources, AM, FM, Sirius XM's on a trial for 6 months. And then you can use Bluetooth music through the system too. It has a pretty good sound system. This isn't the more premium system that's called JBL with Clarify, but this is still a really good system. So I like that Toyota's gives you these hard buttons, and it's still all touchscreen too. So you can use that. You can go to apps. It has all these different ways. You have your remote connect and all your Wi-Fi hotspot. All that stuff's available through the hard buttons. And then what you can do, also do everything in touchscreen too. Coming down below here, we have our air controls. We have our front defrost. We have rear defrost, heated mirrors. And then we have dual climate control in here. We have this one on low, so let me show you that. And this one's at 75 degrees. Fan speeds are here. This is your different flows. They're all here. Inside, outside air. Coming down below here further, we have our primary USB port for our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and this is a wireless charging pad for your cell phone right here. Push that button on, stick your compatible phone on there, and it will start charging it. And then there's a pocket down here for storing things. Again, we could do the regular drive with here. It also does sequential shifting too. Off the gear shifter right here was a sequential shifter. Also, you could do that with the paddle shifters. And then it has its own drive modes here. So we have eco, normal, and sport. Most people just drive it normal, but if you want to get going zippy, you can put it in sport mode. But it does more than just that. It tightens up your steering, so for windy mountain roads, that's a really good thing. And then also climbing up mountains and hills, you don't have to mash the pedal to get the power out of it. Eco is just the opposite. It's going to maximize the fuel economy. We have a brake hold button, so what that does, when that's set, I always call that a hill start assist button, but once you have that on and it lights up on the dash, it's hold on the dash, you can let go of the brake and it will not move. And so if you're like sitting on a steep hill like San Francisco, you're not going to roll backwards, and then just push the gas and it will go forward. And then it has a parking e-brake on here. Then we have 3-stage heated seats for both front and driver here. And then we back down in here, we get a couple more USB ports in there in our center console. Coming across the steering wheel, we got our leather wrap. Toyota's paying attention to putting nicer stuff in here, so we got all this is all soft touch. There's not many parts of this car that have hard plastic anymore. And then you got this gloss black, and then they put some nickel polish mixed in here, some kind of a faux carbon fiber. They add that stitching in here to tie in with the seats and the doors there, so everything ties in. We got a locking glove box on here. Here we have our auto-dimming rear view mirror. It has garage door memory sets called Home Link on here, so you can set your garage doors. And then coming on top, we have our special button known as the SOS button. So this does a variety of different things here. If you're ever in an accident where airbags deploy, the vehicle will alert the call center. The call center will be calling you to ask if you need help. They'll know your GPS coordinates, how fast you're going at the time of accident. If you're ever in an emergency, you could call them. It also does stolen vehicle locator, roadside assistance, tech support, and getting directions, and also comes with an app called Remote Connect, which allows you to start the vehicle, roll up your windows, check your fuel, turn on and off your climate control, all from the app on your phone. That does not have to be directional like a remote on a key fob. So if I want to start a vehicle that has remote start with a key fob, I have to be looking at the vehicle. You could be in your house or your office. Heck, the car could be miles away from you, and you can still start it, which is a nice feature through this app. On the very top here, we're panoramic sunroof, so it's got the back part right here is a piece of glass. This one opens up. It's both moonroof, and then it's also a full sunroof. So it will open all the way up. Also gives you the windscreen on here too, so it doesn't make the wind noise as you're driving down the road. Brings in tons of light. So for all you fans of moonroofs and sunroofs, this has the big sunroof here. One of the questions you may have already asked yourself, why is Toyota building an all-wheel drive system? So an all-wheel drive system, this is mechanical, so it works off what's called dynamic torque vectoring. So what that means is it disengages the drive line when you don't need it. So it just uses front-wheel drive to maximize fuel economy, and then it could put as much as 50% of the power to the rear wheels when necessary, when everybody's pushing towards an SUV. Well, in this segment, Toyota is a leader. 19 out of 20 years and 21 out of, or I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's at least 19 years straight, and 20 out of the last 21 years, Toyota's been number one in this segment. 5 million vehicles are still sold in sedans. That's why Toyota still builds them. People still want them, even though I know the market's pushing towards the SUVs. But somebody still wants a car, you know, a nice four-door sedan, not too expensive. They're only about $1,500 more to add this option to this, but needs to have something that's capable of driving through the snow. Here you go, you got it. And cars are really nice to drive. They're really comfortable, and a little bit less expensive than going into an SUV, and typically still a little better on fuel economy. You know, this one loses about 3 miles a gallon being all-wheel drive. You know, these Camrys with the 4 cylinders push to 39 miles a gallon on the highway. So some pretty great features of this vehicle. Again, this is the number one selling sedan in its class, and it has been for almost 20 years now. And price-wise, it's very competitive against what's out there in the market. I say, like, when I always tell customers over the years selling Toyotas, it's the nicest riding vehicle for $20,000 there is. I mean, it's quiet, it's soft riding, they're comfortable, they're just great vehicles. They just don't break down. Like, literally, challenge me on that. I mean, Camrys and Corollas just ridiculous on the reliability. I mean, I've seen the most beat up cars, and I'll never see one that doesn't run right. So I mean, they could have no straight metal, every panel's bent and rusted and beat up, and the material in the car's breaking down from old age and sun beat, and I turn it on and it runs like a champ. And that's what a Camry is. And also pretty much the most safest car of its class too. 10 airbags, has 5-star rating in every single crash category. I had a customer one time that came in, she goes, "Give me another Camry, it saved my life." She got hit by a freight train with here in a local town around here. The train wasn't going very fast, but it didn't take it, just pushed her off the track. It took her down the track quite a ways and smashed the car up, blew all 10 airbags off. She walked away with just a broken ankle, came in and got another Camry because it was that reliable. I've talked to firefighters, say they can't cut through the A pillar or B or C pillars with a jaws of life. They got to get a diamond saw out to get the person out if they need to extract a person. I've had, you know, the firefighters buy these vehicles because they just know how freaking safe they are, and you just can't beat their legendary reliability. Thank you again for watching my video. I'm Mike Hamilton. Have a great day.